Hi, I'm Amanda McCabe, and this is my community giving project. I decided to make a nonprofit jewelry business called Ocean Breeze Jewelry for Charity, and the logo is just on the side right there. So the obvious purpose of the project was to help the less fortunate, but most charities were selected based on personal affairs and current events going on in the world today. First selected was the Michael J. Fox Foundation for Parkinson's Research. I chose the Michael J. Fox Foundation to honor my grandma's memory, who unfortunately passed away in June 2020 to the disease. This was before I even decided to do the project. It was probably the reason why I got involved in the first place. Next was NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness, because mental illness is something that I struggle with every day. NAMI was selected based on my own personal affairs. I was diagnosed with severe anxiety at the age of 13, and I was struggling with it long before that. Without the help of my family, my therapists, doctors, and true friends, I don't think I would have been able to see that I had so much to live for. Now I can help people who don't have access to these resources through this charity. Then other charities selected were the ASPCA, American Cancer Society, Human Rights Campaign, and Responder Rescue. Bracelets were priced based on size, not color, due to the different beading pricing. Different beads cost different amounts of money, so I took the most expensive price of the colored beads and used that as the final price for the size, which would end up giving more money to charity anyways. For publicization, I created an Instagram page and used word of mouth. I created the Instagram page in late July, and the first post consisted of the bracelets, varying sizes and their prices. I used word of mouth between friends, family, and sometimes on my own personal social media accounts. Planning and organizing. The overall goal was to have the profit or the money being donated to the charity be more than the money I put back into the business, without the price being too large. My personal goal was to have the Parkinson's bracelet be the best seller to honor my grandma's passing. My business goal was in the end to donate at least $10 to each charity, which is not much but could help someone out. Skills I brought to the table consist mostly of customer service, marketing, volunteer work from the past, and finally the exceptional grades I have in math classes. For customer service, I've been an actress since I was 5 years old, and most people are confused when I bring it up, but it can be beneficial when dealing with a rough customer. I've taken a marketing class at my high school, which really helped me with publicization and developing the product. Also, for charity work, I've worked with kids at my past middle school in the drama department. I've also worked with the Knights of Columbus for resales in December and the Tootsie Drive in the spring. Math classes have also highly benefited me. It played a large role in my calculations and pricing for the business. This past term, I received 100% as the final grade in my geometry class, and in my Algebra 1 midterm last year, I received an A-. Planning and organizing 2. Milestones. First milestone was announcing that Ocean Breeze is open for business. Second milestone was to publicize Ocean Breeze through an Instagram page and word of mouth. The second milestone needed to have the Instagram page set up for me and to grab the attention of those on social media and those that I came across on a day-to-day basis. The third milestone was to make my first sale from start to finish. Third milestone would consist of physically making the sale, making the bracelet, exchanging the bracelet for earnings, separating the cash, and finally receiving any feedback that I had from the customer. The fourth milestone was to collect all the money, do final calculations, and donate the profit to the charities. The fourth milestone would be to get the money together, redo my calculations to make everything is nice and neat, and then write the check or donate online to the charities. The first and second milestones were to be reached by the end of July, and the third by the week of August, and the fourth by the end of the selling season, which would be September 8th, 2020. Most milestones were given an extension to accomplish due to the late start of the school year. Planning and organizing 3. For quality management, wires will be measured to about an inch over the asking room for lobster clasps and jump rings. Wire would normally be cut to attach jump rings or lobster clasps, which would shorten the length of the bracelet. If the bracelet in the end was 0.5 inches below or above the asking size, the bracelet will be redone. Bracelets, once finished, will be placed in a plastic bag and then an envelope to prevent breakage. The envelope will be labeled with the customer's name. I would schedule a date and time to drop off the bracelets and make sure I'm on time, and if I'm not, I will notify the customer. And then with most people shopping online nowadays, it'll be easy to sell through social media, and selling through an Instagram page, having a customer DM me or posting on personal social accounts to hopefully reach some of my close and distant friends However, there's always word of mouth, but that might reach as many people as on social media. If the customer has an issue with the product, I will ask them directly for feedback. Asking a customer what it could have done better is an obvious solution, but it's proved most effective. Maybe they'll purchase another bracelet just for the customer service. So the budget was $20 for tools, between $40 and $80 for materials, and $15 to $20 for packaging. I'm not planning to have many orders this summer because it is my first summer and not everyone trusts small business at the time due to COVID, but I would always make room if new orders came flooding in. Setting a budget was pretty difficult considering how many items there are along with quality and pricing. Execution. Ocean Breeze is officially open for business June 15th, 2020. The first order was from a friend who lived in Danvers. The first Instagram post was put up on July 24th, 2020. A student from Southeastern ordered one of each bracelet, which caused me to restock on beads. After each order, I separated the money into what went back to the business and what went to the charities. Over the course of 3 weeks, I received about 10 orders from friends and family and closed on September 8th, 2020. I received no orders my last week, but I still waited till the end to count up the money. And when school started up, I forgot about the money and didn't get to it until around early October. I actually miscalculated the money I had from the charities that was going to go to the charities, but that was easily fixed by rechecking the orders and redoing the math I did in the beginning. After that, I gave the money to my father, who then used it to donate online. The final donations were given on October 5th, 2020. Then this is the list of orders taken, which has the names, what color they ordered, how many they ordered, the inches that it would take to make the bracelet, and then when it was made and when it was shipped or paid for. Monitoring and controlling. I set aside time in the afternoon to get my orders squared away. This is where I would take down new orders, sort money, and make some current orders. I ended up using less than $20 for my personal savings, which is only a little bit over budget, but not everything can go exactly to plan. Then I posted an appreciation post for a customer who bought all 6 colors. And then this encouraged other people to become a customer on Instagram, and the customer really liked seeing the post that I did for her. And then the only true flaw was that not many orders were coming in. I received a lot of orders toward the beginning, and after that, it really slowed down. I would have stayed open longer, but my main focus is on academics. Some wanted to place orders after closing, but I unfortunately had to tell them to wait till next season. Closing the project. Ensuring quality products to the customer was the main focus. There were a few times that bracelets didn't meet the Ocean Breeze standards and had to be redone, but there were no complaints when it came to the product or customer service, which gave me their business for future seasons. Most goals are met except for the fact of reaching $10 being donated to each charity. The white beaded bracelet for cancer had well over $20 as a final donation, but the yellow beaded bracelet for animals racked in only about $8, which is still a donation, but it's still very unfortunate. One thing I learned from the project is to stick to the same brand of beads, wiring, and etc. Some beads and other materials were a little bit more expensive on Amazon, which doesn't seem like a lot. However, it could save the money. It could save the money for the business in the long run. Then a small lesson would be to limit the amount of charities to donate to. This would not only generate more money for the new charities, but would also take the stress off doing the calculations as well. Then for future projects, I'd say don't be worried if the business is going to succeed or not. Instead of stressing, try to focus on what you can do to better the business. I spent way too much time worrying if the business would succeed or not, like picking out the charities that were being donated to. I didn't want to be selfish and pick a charity based on my own personal affairs, but if anything, it just made me more passionate about the charity work that I was doing, which is the whole point about charity work. It's to be passionate about it while also giving back. So that was it for my community giving project. I hope you liked it, and maybe I'll see you again. Bye.